You walk into the car dealership. You've been saving for a car. You have $8,000 cash. You're thinking about a reliable used Honda for $8,000. You can afford it. You'll own it outright. No payments. But then the salesman shows you something else. A brand new SUV. Leather seats, touchscreen, backup camera, all the features. It's $35,000. You say, I can't afford that. The salesman smiles. Can you afford $450 a month? You pause. $450 a month? That's actually doable. You make decent money. That's less than you spend on food. You think about it. Yeah, I could swing $450. Great, let me draw up the paperwork. You drive off the lot in a $35,000 SUV. You feel amazing. You feel successful. You got the car you wanted, and it only costs you $450 a month. But then you get home and check your bank account. The $450 payment is just the beginning. Insurance on a new car? $200 a month. Gas for an SUV? $250 a month. Parking downtown? $150 a month. Registration and taxes? $100 a month. That $450 a month car actually costs you $1,150 a month. But you didn't think about that when you signed. You only thought about the payment. 3 years later, you've paid $41,400 for a car that's now worth $22,000. You're trapped in payments for another 4 years. You can't sell it because you owe more than it's worth. You wanted a car, you got a financial prison sentence. This isn't you being bad at math. This is a psychological manipulation tactic that has become the backbone of American consumer culture. It's a trap that explains why the average American has $155,000 in debt, why storage unit companies make billions, and why people making six figures live paycheck to paycheck. It's called the monthly payment trap. My name is Simon, and on this channel, we expose the financial games designed to keep you broke. Most people think, if I can afford the monthly payment, I can afford it. Today, I'm going to prove to you that monthly payments are financial poison disguised as affordability. If you want to stop being a permanent debtor and actually own your life, smash that like button and let's dive into the story of how America became a nation of renters pretending to be owners. To understand why you can't stop making payments, we need to go back to the 1950s. Before World War II, most Americans bought things with cash. If you wanted a car, you saved up and paid cash. If you wanted furniture, you saved and paid cash. Consumer debt barely existed. Then came the economic boom. Manufacturers could produce more stuff than ever, but there was a problem. People could only buy what they could afford with cash. The economy needed people to buy more, faster. So the financial industry invented a solution: installment plans. Don't pay $300 today. Pay just $10 a month for 30 months. It sounds like a good deal. Instead of waiting years to save $300, you get the item now and pay slowly. But here's what they didn't tell you. $10 a month for 30 months is $300. Same price, right? Wrong. Because of interest, that $300 item actually costs you $350. Plus, while you're paying off the first item, they sell you another one, and another one. Just $10 a month, each. Suddenly, you're paying $50 a month across 5 different items. You didn't buy $300 worth of stuff. You bought $1,500 worth of stuff, and you're trapped in payments for years. This tactic was so effective that it became the foundation of modern consumer culture. Today, 77% of American households have debt. The average household carries $155,000 in debt across mortgages, cars, credit cards, and student loans. We don't ask, how much does it cost anymore? We ask, what's the monthly payment? Now you're thinking, Simon, monthly payments are just a tool. What's wrong with spreading costs out? Everything. Let me show you how this trap destroys wealth. The car payment trap. You buy a $35,000 car with a 72-month loan at 6% interest. Your payment is $600 a month. Sounds reasonable. But over 6 years, you'll pay $43,200 for that car. That's $8,200 in interest alone. And at the end of 6 years, the car is worth maybe $12,000. You paid $43,200 for an asset that's worth $12,000. You lost $31,200. But it felt affordable because it's only $600 a month. Here's what's even more insidious. After 3 years of payments, you still owe $18,000 on a car that's worth $18,000. You have zero equity. You can't sell it without coming up with cash. You're trapped. But the car gets old. You see new models. The dealer calls. Your payment is $600 now. We can put you in a brand new model for the same $600. You trade in. They roll your old loan into the new loan. Now you're paying off 2 cars, but only driving 1. This is the payment trap. You never own anything. You just make payments forever. The furniture trap. You need a couch. A decent couch costs $1,200. You could save up for 3 months and buy it with cash. But the furniture store offers no money down, no interest for 12 months, just $100 a month. You think, $100 a month is nothing. Why wait 3 months when I can have it now? So you take the deal. Month 11 arrives. You've paid $1,100. You owe 1 more payment. But you forgot to pay it on time. Suddenly, the no-interest deal ends. They charge you retroactive interest on the full $1,200 at 29.99% APR. You now owe $1,560. Your $100 a month couch costs you $1,560. That's a 30% markup because you didn't pay cash. The subscription trap. You sign up for a gym membership, $60 a month. Then a streaming service, $15 a month. Then another streaming service, $12 a month. Then meal kit delivery, $120 a month. Then premium music, $10 a month. Then cloud storage, $10 a month. None of these feel expensive. They're all just $10 to $15 a month. But you're now paying $227 a month for subscriptions. That's $2,724 a year. Over 10 years, that's $27,240. You could have bought a car with cash for that money. Instead, you rented temporary access to services you barely use. The buy now, pay later trap. You're shopping online. You see a jacket for $400. That's expensive. You hesitate. Then you see, or pay 4 installments of $100 with Klarna. No interest. Your brain does the math. $100? I can afford $100. You click buy. But you do this 6 times in 1 month. Different sites, different purchases. Suddenly, you have $600 in Klarna payments due next month. You forgot about the first 3 purchases when you made the last 3. You don't have $600. So you miss a payment. Fees pile up. Interest kicks in. Your no-interest payments turn into high-interest debt. This is the core psychology of the monthly payment trap. Small numbers feel safe, so we ignore the total cost. Your brain is terrible at aggregating small recurring costs. $50 a month doesn't feel like $600 a year or $3,000 over 5 years. It feels like $50. Retailers know this. That's why everything is sold in monthly payments now. Cars, furniture, phones, mattresses, appliances, gym memberships, software, even clothes. They don't want you to think about total cost. They want you to think about the payment, because the payment always seems affordable. Let's break down the math that the payment trap hides. Example, you're buying a $1,500 laptop. You have 2 options. Option A, pay $1,500 cash today. It's yours. No payments, no interest. Option B, finance it at $75 per month for 24 months at 15% APR. Option B feels better. $75 is so much easier than $1,500. But let's do the real math. 24 months times $75 equals $1,800. You paid $300 in interest. That's 20% more than the laptop cost. But it gets worse. While you're paying off the laptop, you also finance a phone for $50 per month, a mattress for $100 per month, and a couch for $120 per month. You're now paying $345 per month in payments. That's $4,140 per year going to things you already have but don't own yet. If you had paid cash for everything, you'd have $4,140 in your pocket this year. Instead, you have payments. This brings us to a devastating realization. Monthly payments don't make things affordable. They make things permanent. When you finance everything, you never finish paying. As soon as one payment ends, another begins. You become a permanent debtor. The average American household has car payment, $700 per month, student loan payment, $400 per month, credit card minimum payments, $200 per month, phone financing, $80 per month, various subscriptions, $150 per month. Total, $1,530 per month in payments. That's $18,360 per year. Over a 30-year career, that's $550,800 spent just on payments for things you could have owned. The payment trap doesn't just cost you money, it costs you freedom. When you have $1,500 in monthly payments, you can't quit your job. You can't take a pay cut for a better opportunity. You can't take risks. You can't say no to your boss. You're trapped. The payments own you. So how do we escape? How do we break free from a system designed to keep us paying forever? Here's my 3-step strategy to destroy the payment trap. Strategy number 1, the total cost rule. Never, ever make a purchase decision based on the monthly payment. Always calculate the total cost. Take the monthly payment, multiply by the number of months, add all fees and interest. That's the real price. $450 per month for 72 months equals $32,400. That's the real price of the car, not $450. If you can't afford the total price in cash, you can't afford the item, period. The monthly payment is irrelevant. This rule forces you to face reality. Most things you think you can afford, you actually can't. Strategy number 2, the 30-day wait plus save rule. When you want to buy something on payments, wait 30 days. During those 30 days, save the monthly payment amount. Want a $400 jacket in 4 $100 payments? Save $100 per month for 4 months. At the end, you have the $400 in cash. Buy it outright. This rule does 2 things. First, it proves whether you actually can afford the payment. If you can't save $100 per month, you can't afford $100 per month in payments either. Second, it often makes you realize you don't want the item. Impulse fades. By month 3, you've forgotten about the jacket entirely. Strategy number 3, the Payment Freedom Fund. Take every payment you have, write them all down, total them up. That's your payment slavery number. Now, attack the smallest payment first. Pay it off as fast as possible. Once it's gone, take that payment amount and add it to the next smallest payment. When both are gone, take both payment amounts and attack the next one. This is the debt snowball method, and it works because it gives you psychological wins fast. Your goal? Get your payment slavery number to 0. Then, never make another payment again. Many will say, but Simon, debt is a tool. Leverage is smart. Here's the truth. Debt is a tool for people who know what they're doing. For everyone else, it's a trap. Businesses use debt to buy assets that make money. They borrow $100,000 to buy equipment that generates $120,000 in revenue. That's smart leverage. You borrow $100,000 to buy a car that loses value and costs you money in gas and insurance. That's not leverage. That's stupidity disguised as affordability. The only debt worth having is debt on appreciating assets you can't afford to buy with cash, like a modest house. Everything else? Pay cash or don't buy it. Look, I get it. You want nice things now. Waiting feels bad. Saving feels slow. But here's what nobody tells you. The freedom of owning things outright feels better than anything you'll ever finance. When you own your car, you don't worry about payments. When you own your furniture, you don't worry about interest. When you have no payments, you don't worry about losing your job. Payment-free is stress-free, and stress-free is priceless. Don't let companies trick you into permanent debt with the illusion of affordability. Don't trade your freedom for just $50 a month. Pay cash. Own your stuff. Own your life. If you want to know more about breaking free from financial traps, check out this video right here, where I break down how to build a 6-month emergency fund even on a tight budget. And if this video stopped you from financing something you should have saved for, hit the like button. Subscribe to Simon for more financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one. Destroy the payment trap.